How's it going, YouTubers? I just wanted to point out a couple of things here. I'm on my, actually doing a little side job I got here. And I just wanted to point a couple of things out. Anytime we're doing vinyl plank flooring, we're doing some of this click together vinyl plank flooring. And anytime we do the vinyl plank flooring, a lot of times the hardest part of the, I can't say the hardest, but some of the part of the job that is a little bit slower than the rest of it is taken off a little bit. You always, let me turn the camera around here. So whenever we're starting off here at the edge of the wall, this is where we started at the front of the house, and then we're working all the rest of the house, the kitchen, the bedroom, and stuff like that. What we did, we just kind of went straight in the bedroom there, down the hallway, and worked into that other room like that. We're fixing to start working into the bathrooms and kitchen area and stuff like that here. But anyway, starting off, how's it going, Sean? Thanks for joining, buddy. So starting off, the one of the slow parts about starting off vinyl plank is it's always moving and sliding around and stuff like that until you get a bit done, say a couple feet here, a few feet away from the wall. This tends to move quite often, and even so, when you even get way out here and you have to tap some, you always have to go back and check it and stuff like that to make sure it didn't push one end or whatever like that. They do have spacers that you can put down beside the wall. I'm not sure if they got spacers for, I don't use spacers, so I don't know what they got as far as spacers. But as far as the baseboard being up, this stuff definitely goes underneath the baseboard here. So I don't know if they got spacers where it will go up against the baseboard, or if it just kind of, thank you, Jared, I appreciate that. Or if it just kind of goes up against the base or a sheetrock or whatever like that, if it's all the way on the floor. But anyway, this is what I did. This is the first time, how's it going? This is the first time I've done this, and it was pretty nice, pretty convenient, and I'll be doing it in the future. Like I said, I'm always a little bit slower taking off on this because it is moving around and stuff like that. Yeah, I absolutely use tapping blocks. I actually have a video specifically on tapping blocks, as a matter of fact. Anyway, I just wanted to point this out. This is how I've done this job. And again, I will be doing this definitely in the future. It was really fast and definitely helped out a lot. So what I did here when I started this out, it took me about a minute and a half, 2 minutes maybe. So I just pre-drilled a couple. I got my first row of planks marked, got them all nice and straight on the wall. See these screw heads right here? So I just pre-drilled maybe 6 or 7 screws down that wall. These are little 1-inch screws. And I just put the screws in it. Now, don't get me wrong, I will take those out before I put trim down. See there? Pretty much 1 on each plank, or 2 on each plank, 1 on each end of the plank, just to hold it in position until I get ready to put the trim down. Then, before I put the trim down, like I said, no doubt I will take those out, but because I had that first row fastened down like that, I didn't have to worry about that whatsoever. I was able to tap, snatch on the floor, or whatever I had to do to get all my planks together really good, and I didn't have to worry about it moving. I didn't have to go back, recheck, double check, or anything like that, make sure everything was in place. Everything was good. Something I want to look at here real quick too. This vinyl floor in here, in the kitchen here, has been loose laid. We're going to be taking it up, and I haven't took any of it up yet. And I just want to cut out a section right here on the floor and take a look at the floor and the floor prep to see how minimal floor prep you have to do to get away with loose laying the floor, and the benefits and the not so benefits. Isaac, would you mind holding this for me here?
Sure.
It should be pretty easy to handle here. So I want to get down there and cut a little bit of this out. First off, I wanted to point out, as you can see, little dips and divots and stuff like that in it. That is actually in the floor itself, okay? You might think it might just be where furniture had been set and stuff like that. Rubbing your hand over this, you can definitely feel the divots and stuff like that in the floor. So a lot of people will skimp on floor prep because they think, oh, we're loose laying it, we don't have to do near the prep. So this goes to show that even though you are loose, or else you're going to see all those divots and stuff like that. This vinyl is really, really smooth. It ain't got. And look at this little nick. the little nick in the floor right there. So there's that, and look, see there, you can definitely tell it's not glued down. And then this has been stretched and pushed up, so see how that moves right there? It's actually got movement to it where it's not secured to the floor. That is definitely a drawback. Look, here's another nick. There's another nick right there. And right there. And there's another one right here. And that is a major drawback to loose laying a floor, because it don't have anything holding it directly down. See that nick right there? It don't have anything holding it to the floor. So when you loose lay your vinyl, that's it. It's just laying on the floor. And if you got some weight in a chair and you start to stand up and scoot backwards, because there is nothing holding the vinyl on the floor, it tends to do just what I showed here a while ago, where that was like puckered up. That was where something was sitting on there and somebody went to push it, and because the leg of the furniture grabbed the vinyl, it just pushes it right up like that. It's going to tear a lot easier than if it was glued down. So the extension of your life of the vinyl versus glue down or loose lay is going to be dramatically decreased if you don't glue your vinyl down. Okay, you're going to get, we'll just put it on a yearly scale here, you could probably get 15, 20 years or even more out of a piece of vinyl. If it's a decent piece of vinyl and it's full spread down, it's going to last you a long time. However, if you just lay your piece of vinyl down that's loose laid, such as this is, you're going to get 2, 3, 4, 5 years out of it. So the longevity of your vinyl is definitely going to be decreased whenever you lay it, because it's just not glued down. So therefore, it's going to get ripped and nicked and stuff like this. It ain't got nothing to actually hold it in place. So now let's take a little cut of this up and look at the floor prep that the people did here. I don't know, I have a clue who done this job or anything like that. It's just a job that I did. And I mean, it's just a job that I'm doing the vinyl plank in here. But we'll see what kind of prep they did to this floor. I've been kind of curious about this. I've not took any of the vinyl up yet. I want to get it on video here and talk about it just like we are now. Get my knee pads on. But we'll wait on that for a minute. So let's pull this out. See what it looks like there. This is where it was all had divots and stuff like that in it. Let's see what it looks like there. Look at the, well, look right at the back of this already. This is highly important. I just told my guy holding the camera here that helps me now. I'm going to do a video on sweeping. Look at this. This floor was not at all swept good. There is all kinds of stuff underneath that. And that's not the divots. The divots is stuff like this right here. These dips in the wood and stuff like that, any of that stuff, you could see that throughout the vinyl. I mean, through the vinyl. I can't believe that. Anyway, this is really, really poorly swept before they installed this. And a lot of people think that you can get by with that because you're not full spreading it. That is by no means not the case. And a lot of people will want to sweep poorly also because they are gluing, and they say, oh, well, when I'm spreading my glue trowel is going to pick up all the garbage and I'll scrape it in a bucket. That is true to an extent too. A lot of times you are going to leave garbage in your glue, and even if your glue starts to dry just a little bit on your trowel, you need to scrape that off and then use fresh glue all the time on your vinyl flooring whenever you're laying vinyl flooring. Anyway, look right here. Look real close at that. That is, can you see? So there's a huge chunk of the board missing right there. This floor, by all means, let me just pan around this real quick here. Look at this right here. At the minimum, twice is what it should have been skimmed over and then scraped over. Take care of just all this roughness for vinyl. I do have to say something right there. At least they did. You're exactly right, Sean. You're exactly right. At least they did sand the seams in the plywood. So, which however, they did not sand enough. They sanded, but they didn't sand enough. Look here. See that? This side is still up higher than this. There we go. So, and this right here shows, you guys can see all the divots and stuff like that in this vinyl floor with light coming across it. Just because you're loose laying it, don't mean you don't have to prep it out, okay? You still got to prep your vinyl out. It don't matter if you're loose laying it or not. Or you're going to have a job looking just like this look here. And just look at this. Hold on right there. I'm fixing to get a broom right now. There ain't been no traffic or nothing on this floor right here since I took up that piece of vinyl. I'm gonna get a broom and just see what I can push up right there. You guys may see me use this really old looking broom here. It definitely is an old broom. As a matter of fact, I had a customer give it to me when I was in Arizona. And look at that. Look right there. Look at all that garbage. Look at that. All that garbage was on the floor that just covered up with the vinyl. That is a very poor sweep job. And so many people do that, thinking they don't have to get it perfect because it's loose laying. Look at that pile. That's about maybe a 5 by 5 area right here. I got this much garbage out of. This is a big pile of garbage. Look at that. Like I said, maybe a 5 by 5 area. We got that much garbage out of. So just because you're loose laying it, don't think you can't get away with floor prepping, okay? Floor prep on vinyl, any glue down products, floor prep is absolutely key. A good job sweeping is absolutely key, okay? I just wanted to talk about that for a minute and get this. I was kind of curious to see. Look right here. So they had a high spot right here, and look where they bowed up on their sander. Look at the ridges that they cut in the floor with the edge of their sanding disc right there. Those grooves are surely, I'm sure, is part of what showed up right there. And once again, this is still, see right here? This is still higher, even though they done all that cutting on the floor right here, trying to get that cut down. They still did not get rid of the lips on these edges. So they done a tremendous amount of sanding without even doing the job that should have been done. Probably could have got them edges down with a lot less effort, and you wouldn't have none of that, and got the edges down. I don't want to say that the guys didn't know what they was doing, but they just, if they did, they just didn't really care. I'd say that. You gotta care about your work is key. Sweeping, floor prep, all that kind of stuff just adds up and adds up and adds up. Okay. Anyway, like I said, I just took my lunch break and stuff like that. Before I took this up, I'm fixing to get started on this half of the house. So before I took this up, I wanted to get this on video and see just what kind of prep that they did do. And for a loose lay vinyl and stuff like that, don't forget, you still have to prep your vinyl out even if you're loose laying, okay? Until next time, FBSB's out.